Hey guys, this is Laura with Intuitive Dreams, and welcome to the weekly forecast. And with this, we're going to be doing 3 different decks. We have the Light Worker Oracle. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do pick a card so you can choose 1 or 2. That's what they wanted us to go with, the light workers that are watching. And, people sometimes get confused on what does that mean. Sometimes it's like if you've been called to the healing field or the healing arts, you could call yourself that. You're doing things to help others in any type of way. They could consider themselves that. So we're going to do that. And then we have Archangel Michael. That's who we're working with again, guys. I feel like the Archangel Michael vibe because there's a lot of weird crap going on in the world. Like, I think I'm going to end up doing at some type of Etsy thing. I've been on Etsy since 2011, and I've seen readers come and go. I've seen Etsy, get rid of people that were doing spell work and like stuff that's negative to harm other people, and here it is back again. And I was telling one of my friends, I'm like, hey, I just went on Etsy and I saw a listing to imbue somebody with power for $50,000, or was it what, 20 something $1,000? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this a scam? What's going on here? But then I just kept looking and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people doing this. And it really bothers me that so many people are waking up, okay? We're starting to realize, so this is kind of my little soapbox before I do the forecast, okay, guys? So bear with me. So many people are waking up, all these souls, okay? They're realizing that you do have an intuition. You do have angels and guides around you. There is a source of all life, like, depending on what you believe, you can connect all these different things, okay? But what are people doing with the awakening? When you have an awakening, your main purpose is to work on yourself, to heal your emotional baggage, to clear out the clutter in your life, to reevaluate, okay, and shift in a new direction. But what do people do? What we are seeing is a mass awakening of people realizing, oh my gosh, intuition is real, and I can manifest things. I can do this stuff. So what are they doing? They're going after money. It's like power and greed is coming in, and then they're creating their own karmic cycle. They're creating more karma for themselves, because they're doing services for people that are harming others. You know what I mean? It's one thing to do a reading and kind of get an in-depth scope on what's happening for people and giving them, like what their spirit team or their angels or God might be wanting to, help them with. But it's another thing to just downright try to manipulate or control another person. Okay, there's gonna be some type of backlash. Do you guys really want to, if you woke up and all you're focusing on is, oh wow, now I can get rich. I'm going to scam all these people or whatever, or I'm going to do all these readings or become a famous this, that, or whatever, and then your heart's not in it, there's no service, and then you didn't work on why you awakened, okay, which was to work on your issues, work on what's really going on with you, okay? So what's going to happen is people are going to see that they're only going to reach so far. They're going to get held back. It's like, think of it like God has awakened you. Now, what are you going to do with your gifts? And, like what they're saying is you want to use it to help yourself to work through your issues and problems. And then if you feel guided to, okay, this is also my calling to work in the medical field, or to be a spiritual healer, or to be a teacher, or to be a public speaker, or a coach, or whatever type of field. The musicians can do a lot of good in the world. They can heal people. They can help people to get in touch with their feelings. Actors help a lot of people too. That's why I like to go to movies a lot. It's a lot of storytelling. Helps you to see other sides of a perspective. Okay? And with that, guys, if you're awakening and you're not working on yourself and you're just looking at how can I make money or things of that nature, you're focusing on the wrong things. You're disempowering the other person and yourself, and your journey may be cut short because of that. Or what you're bringing to the table may not, you may hit some block in your own development. Okay. And with that, let's get on. Let's get it on. The answer is simple, guys. Okay. And that's the card deck we're using. Now, Archangel Michael, we're just going to do a prayer to lock in the positive vibes. If you want to close your eyes or focus on your guardian angels, we're bringing in the guardian angels now, placing us in a protective shield of light. Asking Archangel Michael to come in, surrendering to the source of all life and the divine masters and Jesus to give a blessing to help everyone watching for the upcoming week. And we're going to ask Archangel Michael, what does he want to say to people that are watching? For the people watching, what do they need to be aware of for this upcoming week? As we enter into the month of October, I know a lot of people having birthdays, so happy birthday, October people, and me. I'm turning 21 again. As I get older, and people keep asking me, how old are you? I'm like, dude, I'm timeless. I'm ageless, I'm not going to subscribe to that type of thing and keep hammering in my head. I'm getting old. My body's going to start falling apart. I'm going to be focusing on my health, living a better lifestyle, things of that nature. And, saying, well, you know what? I'm so-and-so years young, and let it go. Okay, guys, here is Michael's theme for you guys. This is a blessing in disguise. So what I get is, this is about what's been happening in the previous week or maybe over this weekend. Okay, some people are going through a rough and rocky road. It may be emotionally, it may be because of work or other people, things of that nature. But it's a blessing in disguise, guys. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. And I'm asking Michael, is there anything else he wanted to say with that? He said, this is the week to really make sure that you are asking, what would God want me to do in this situation? I'm open and receptive to the source of all life. I'm open and receptive to my guardian angels, to archangels. Michael said, work with me all this week. Ask me to run ahead and see what's going on and to provide for you and your family and things of that nature. So I always tell people, I've been working with the angels and all that all these years. And they are very helpful, very wise. But if you start getting more serious on your soul journey with them, it may become a little bit more rough and difficult. So if you're on that part where you're like, man, this just isn't rainbows and unicorns like I thought it was going to be, congratulations, you made it to the next level, okay? It'll only, what I get is that the more that you become stronger, smarter, you're able to spot things in people, think of it like I'm not going to get played. Nobody's going to be able to play me like they did before. I'm not people pleasing. I'm not hiding in someone's shadow. I'm in my strength, and I'm ready to take charge of what this decade of life wants to bring for me and what I want to bring to it. Okay, and now let's see, Archangel Michael, what else do you want to say? Prioritize self-care. So here's his other theme. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and to let others help you. I also hear facing any guilt, shame, or worry that may come up during the week. It may be that, sometimes we can push stuff down only for so long, and then it's like a volcano erupting. Make sure that you are really in tune with yourself this week, okay? Don't let stuff just bubble up and then you explode on someone, okay? Now, let's see. We're going to go for one more. What is another theme card from Michael? Okay, we have the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. Now, I also got, besides, I always get a reminder about your mental and physical health being important. Your enjoyment. What can I do to enjoy my day? Is there something that I could add at the beginning or the end of my night that can bring me pleasure, that is something that is creative, okay? Instead of doing this on my phone. Alrighty, now, he is giving one last one. Okay, we have you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you have been contemplating. Make the changes you have been contemplating. Sometimes we can have something in our head and we just keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And we're not, sometimes we could, write a note to ourselves on our phone or a tablet or whatever. But it's important to write it out in the physical world or start to take some type of action on it. To just start. Okay? Now, we're going to switch over to the Light Workers Oracle. And I'm going to read you a little bit of the meanings of the cards as I go along. Because look at this, guys. One thing that I appreciate about people is that, they write some detailed meaning. When you're first learning how to read cards or you get introduced to a new deck, you want a little bit more than one sentence at the bottom, unless you're somebody that does tarot and then you memorized what all the different suits mean and you just kind of use your intuition and go with that. But I'm more of an oracle person. Okay, so we have number 1 and number 2. Okay, think about that in your head. Do I want to pick number 1 or number 2 from the Light Worker Oracle? Number 1 or number 2? What resonates with me? Okay, for the people that picked number 1, we have Second Ray of Wisdom. And the lady that made this, Alana Fairchild, she has really detailed oracle card decks, and each one is very, very different from the other. So here we go. Second Ray of Wisdom. And look at that. What I heard is a spiritual, there's a little bit of glare on there, so you can see my phone. What's going on here is initiation. You're moving up levels, and you can't control where you're going to go next. What I heard is don't try to control what's happening. Just don't repress or try to, I heard surrender to feelings that come up. even if it's weird or it's like the dark side of your personality, because we are entering in Halloween, that brings out the darker parts of our personalities that often people don't want to face, you know what I mean? Or they push down to a degree. You want to think about, okay, that's a part of me that I don't normally acknowledge or look at, but I need to work on it so it's not something that's going to bite me in the butt later, that's going to come out in a very negative way. I need to face some things. My angels, my guardian angels are going to show me things that may not be pretty to look at, but it's time for me to go within and just do some deep inner work. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a little bit of what this card means. Okay, and it says the second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life right now. So this goes along with what Michael's messages were. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. Now, what I heard is you could say, I'm opening my heart to receive this ray of light from the universe, my guardian angels, my higher self, to direct this ray of light. It's only kind and loving energy. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of open and loving heart of the universe. It is inclusive, drawing all things towards it with an invisible magnetism. It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. And there's also an invocation in here, but I don't think I want to do that with you guys. I feel like we already did like a shorthand version of it, but for the sake of this reading, I'm not going to do something really long that is going to take time away from, like Michael said, the healing has already been served. Okay. Sometimes it's that simple. When you're working with angels, it's like the power of your words is very helpful. Now, the other one we have is orbs of light. And I do have a little bit of a story about this. I do see orbs of light on and off, and I often get it in photos where I live by the lake. I even got on my balcony before. These different types of orbs. Sometimes they're colors. Sometimes I feel like it's spirits or it's angels or, it's like the essence of something. What I'm getting is look within. I do feel like this may be the week where you want to look to everybody else to solve your problem or to help you with something. But when that fails, go back in, okay? You know what? Hey, I'm a good problem solver. I know how to do this. I'm going to ask my angels and guides, my intuition, okay, what would someone who loves themselves do? What is the solution to this situation? What's next? Okay. Those are some different things. And I know Teal Swan, if you guys like her, she said that phrase in one of her talks a long time ago. And it just always stuck with me. So whenever I feel like maybe I'm people pleasing or I'm doing something too much for others, I'll ask, what would somebody who loves themselves do? And if you sit with yourself long enough, you'll hear the answer and then be like, wow, I'm totally in the opposite direction, or I'm right there, like doing what I need to do. It's a good check-in, okay? Orbs of light. The spiritual world are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thought. Yes, it is inspired by your higher guardian and guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. It is possible to pray without realizing it. The universe is lovingly listening to every thought and feeling in your heart and mind. When you intentionally speak to the universe and ask your higher guidance to help you with an issue, this is a powerful way to call the light into your life. It works, often quite rapidly. However, sometimes we ask for help without being aware of doing so, worrying about an issue or pondering a question are ways this happens. Okay, sometimes we're just thinking about something and we're actually sending a request to the universe, to God, universe, what have you. There are orbs of lights around you. They are spiritual beings that love you. These orbs contain information and energies that help answer questions and worries through the intelligence and love of the higher spiritual worlds. That information might come through a song, a phrase, a feeling, a color, a symbol that unlocks awareness and the deeper recesses of your mind and body. So we have look for signs also. Higher energy can be created when you are very still by raising your frequency to a higher vibrational state. And I always say, this is something that I think they taught me, was to focus on that my energy vibrates at the frequency that God within me vibrates at. And I just really think about that, or I'll do a meditation on that. And then that all of a sudden I'll feel lighter or better, or I'll feel like the energy of God or something come in, and then changes start to happen. Things take place. And if you've done that before, if you have a technique that you like to do that helps you connect, share it in the comments below. Now let's go to the energy for, if you made it this long, thank you guys. And considering liking and subscribing. I know that's something I usually don't say, but I am trying to build this channel. I want to be able to help people more on a full-time consistent basis online. I do readings all the time on Etsy. I do have a client base. Like I said, I've been on Etsy for 2011, but I'm probably going to move more on YouTube. Maybe try to do more talks or things of that nature. I am a work in progress, okay, guys? And your support is appreciated. Here we go. Let's see, what do we got for beginning, middle, and end of the week? Okay, we're just asking Archangel Michael, the guardian angels, the higher self, everyone involved, everyone watching. What do we need to be concerned about? What are some energies that are coming in for the collective consciousness, for the people watching this for next week? What is coming for next week? What is coming this week? Upcoming week. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, and now we got all days now. A theme card, one from the bottom. They told me it's always the top and bottom, and sometimes the middle. Take a breather. Wow. Okay, we're just starting the week and we got take a breather. This could mean that maybe we've been stressed out over family, things that have had activities over the weekend, traveling, stressful stuff, fighting, it could be fighting with family, for the people that are off on the weekends, they work Monday through Friday, it may be, oh gosh, I got to go back in the office and see this lady. Got to go back to work and deal with this. Or, you know, sometimes we still need more time off. And what I hear Micheal proposing is that you create pockets of peace. And I know this reminds me of certain readings with people where it's like people that are very busy. It's like create 15-minute pockets throughout your day of like, okay, or this may be people that they work from home or they don't work and they're wealthy and they're just enjoying life. You know what I mean? I need to get off of my tablets. I need to get off of everything I'm engaged in and just 15 minutes apiece. Maybe it's like every hour I stop what I'm doing. I get up and stretch, 15-minute walk, or I listen to music for 15 minutes. I do activities, I drink water. Those are ways I ground myself. And, you know, people have lots of different ways of grounding themselves. Sometimes it is just as simple as going outside and putting your feet on the grass, you know, or identifying objects in the room or what you're doing. It's more of like listening intently or paying attention to what's right around you, being present, okay? Sometimes it's hugging a tree. What do you like to do to ground yourself, okay? And if it's silly, go ahead and share, okay? Maybe we'll all go and try it. Now, let's see, what do we got for Monday? Monday, we have seek an expert. Now, this may be, there may still be some energy from the previous week or the weekend where it's like, okay, I still don't feel good about this upcoming week. Maybe I need to talk to somebody. I need to ask for help. I need to get an opinion. This could also be for other people that are looking to collaborate with people. I need someone else to work with me while we start our podcast. You know, that's just an example. It could also be, you know, there's something missing. This could also be about medical tests, medical results. Some people worried about, okay, maybe I need to get a second opinion. And then we have, for Tuesday, say I'm sorry. This one may be, sometimes this could be about emotional stuff where we flew off the handle and then we're apologizing. It could also just be noticing other people's behavior, what's going on in, you know, our family, friends, job environment. It may also be noticing manipulation and deciding, okay, I'm going to step a little bit back from this and just be neutral and aware and then plan my next action steps. So that's for, I feel like I gave messages for like 5 different groups of people right there. So choose your adventure and go with what you think will fit for you, and then come back to this reading and listen again and see how it plays out, okay? Like, oh, okay, when I first heard Lori say this, this is what came out for me. I'm going to write a little note. And then when the week's over, I'm going to come back to it and listen again and see what I got. This could also be about taking other people for granted. Not, you know, sometimes this is family, friendship, what have you. Job, always thinking somebody's going to be there and they're not, you know. And that's what we need to be aware of, okay? Wednesday, we have invest in your spirit. This is the reminder from, you know, our theme card, take a breather, okay? It's like we get caught up in the action of the week and then we need to stop and take a break. Okay, we need to take a step back again. Invest in your spirit. Now, this might be also, I hear, taking a course, a class, learning something new to like your hobbies, your goals, your passions. I always get people that travel. So this might also be, I'm just going to get away. Go away, fly away, get away for like a week. or I'm going to do things with family. What I hear is celebrate every day, because no, tomorrow is not guaranteed. I'm getting that reminder again. Okay, guys. Change the scenery. Thursday, we have changed the scenery. So I feel like Wednesday is the catalyst where, like, okay, I'm going to start thinking about what do I need to do here. And then change the scenery may also be our mental faculties. Okay, I've been in this kind of mindset all this week and I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to go in a new direction. I feel like this is like, they're showing me this being underlined, change the scenery. And so it might be, I need to take some type of step, get out of the house, go to a concert. You know, I'm just like naming something. Go to a concert, have fun, you know, blow off steam, you know, things of that nature. I'm too closed in to my environment, my routines. Okay, so we have Friday, just laugh. By the weekend, when we start getting to Friday, you know, that's where everybody usually gets happy. I see the cards go from more serious usually during Monday, and then on near the weekend it's like, hey, yeah, well, it's Friday, hey. But that's usually for people that work Monday through Friday. They're, you know, like Friday is like the golden day. For you, what I heard is celebrate every day as if it's Friday. Find something to be thankful for every day, okay? Again, find your pockets of peace is what I heard. 15-minute pocket of peace. Even if it's a break, a social media break. So your mind can like get back. You know, it may take you maybe more than 15 minutes if you're like having a hard time getting off your phone and social media and stuff like that. Just laugh. What I get is don't take anything seriously. Take a step back. What I get is being neutral. Sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves, laugh at the situations. Sometimes we can, you know, this isn't for everybody. Take what fits for you out of all these messages, okay? This could be sometimes we're a bullhead and we could push our force for something and then realize, oh my gosh, everybody was telling me this wasn't the right thing, but I kept pushing and forcing for it. And now I was just so goofy. And then it's like you can laugh at yourself about it. Okay? Why did I take it so seriously when I didn't need to? Okay? Now, Friday and the weekend, we have tell the truth and open heart. So this may be more of, okay, maybe I need to face, you know, be open with my family and friends. If I really don't want to do something, I need to be honest about it and say the truth, okay? Or I need to go, what I heard, so for some, that's a message for some people. I need to tell the truth about certain things or not go or do things I really don't want to. For other people, it may be sharing who they really are with people, getting to know others, getting outside of their comfort zone. Okay, let me see, what else do these cards mean? What I heard is somebody that is watching right now is inside of a cage. It's like they've kind of isolated themselves off, or they're not interacting with people as much as they should be, or they're just focused on their family or their job or whatever, and they're not fully embracing life like they should be. Please, open your heart, allow others in. Because remember, everything that we see on social media, on the news, is often very sensationalized. A lot fear-based stuff gets a lot of views, okay? Like, I have a lot of examples where, like, I live in Georgia, and there was a Hurricane Helen came through my area, and people were going nuts, and oh my gosh, and I understand people wanting to be safe and wanting to be prepared because that thing came from the sea and it was working its way inward and then ended in North Carolina. But from what I could see outside, I could see the winds, I could see the rain, but it did not seem to me that it was as bad as, like obviously some areas got it worse than others. But, like some things are over exaggerated. Like there's certain news stories, certain things they want to scare the crap out of you. And if I would have been in a panic, like, oh my gosh, the roof is going to blow off, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. So guys, always fact check, always look around and see what's going on. Don't just stay glued to news sources all the time, because what are they doing? They're doing all of this crazy fear-based stuff to, I talk about Diary of a CEO, and he had this guy on UV, I think his name is, and he talks about AI and the future of AI and things of that nature and how it's going to take over by 2034. And all of this stuff was about, manipulating people, dividing people, and that they gave these algorithms, AIs, whatever you want to call it, homework assignments to get as much views as possible. So what do they use? The 7 deadly sins to get people to watch everything. So think about it. What am I being shown on a regular basis? Is it good for me mentally? And be careful with the natural disasters and all that. Don't get caught up in the fear. Pray for it. Ask your angels and guides to come and be by you. There's a lot of strong spiritual energy in numbers. There's a book called The Power of 8, and this lady documented prayer. Like this group of 8 people prayed for people who had serious illnesses and stuff like that, and they healed them, And so that's a good book. But I just want to say to people, don't lose yourself online, okay? And all this stuff, fact check things and all that. I was concerned about the Hurricane Helen, and then all of a sudden I started getting people, hey, what's going on? Hey, this and that. And then all of a sudden I heard my angels and guides saying, you guys are going to be okay. Pray for everyone and things of that nature, and then they told me the souls that have to leave will leave. And they, another reason why, now this is a side note, okay, guys, I asked, my angels and guides, why there's so many weird stuff with the weather, what's going on here. And they, besides all the things that we know about climate change, scientists are doing things, messing with, manipulating things in the weather, and, they're doing all, people scared of CERN. There's other things happening spiritually where it's like people are living longer. They're able to heal everything. They're able to heal almost every disease now. It's getting to where, it's people are not dying as easily. So sometimes the natural disasters are happening because it's that person's time, and unfortunately, that's their ticket out of here. And sometimes with the wars or other stuff too, there's a lot of souls that came down here to prove a point. They're sacrificing themselves so that other people can, become aware of the corruption or certain things going on in different parts of the world that we could make change possible. Okay. And again, like I'm looping back now to what I said in the beginning, all these people waking up, instead of using your gifts to make money or to cast spells to hurt other people, why don't you use it to make things better for everybody? We could all be wealthy. We could all have what we need and want. Okay. But anyway, with that, guys, that was that Lori's rant for the day. Take care, guys, and bye.